Coming up on the Sports Desk, the El Camino Warriors battle it out against a huge rival to close down another baseball season. Will they be gearing up for a run in the postseason or reloading for next year? Plus, sports can bring people together from halfway across the globe. No matter where you're from or where you're headed, we'll get close and personal with two teammates whose sport helped them build an unbreakable bond. And summer's right around the corner, so we know you'll be looking for something to do with all that free time. Youth sports, adult leagues, or getting down and dirty in the sand for those of you who want to get in shape for the summer. We've got a tour through town and a surefire to-do list as the whole South Bay turns their game up a notch over the next few months. All that coming up and more right here on the Sports Desk. Hey there, Torrance. How's it going? Welcome to another week right here with us on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Wan Hernandez. So we've been following the El Camino Warriors baseball team all spring long. After an up and down preseason, wondering what to expect in conference play, then a hot start with a few weeks in first place in the SEC, followed by a drastic drop towards the bottom of the standings by the time April came around. But even after all that, even just a week ago, the Warriors found themselves within a couple of games of second place in the South Coast Conference, a high enough standing to secure a playoff spot heading into a final three-game series against rival LA Harbor. Jenny Phillips gets the first pitch this week as we check out the action, El Camino versus Harbor.
El Camino hosting rival LA Harbor College today to start their last conference series of the season right before heading into playoffs. Now the Warriors have been struggling at the plate as of late, but no one would have guessed that today. They come out on fire and quickly rattle off 3 runs in the first inning.
I felt like we really had a good idea of what was coming to the plate. They were getting behind in the count, so we knew fastballs were most likely coming. So we really took advantage of that, and we hit the ball pretty good today.
Contagious, if one guy hits, it kind of trickles down. And luckily today, everyone was seeing the ball pretty well. We stuck with our approach and hit the ball hard.
The Warriors comfortably ahead 8-1 at the end of 5 innings. Dylan Hatch finishes with 2 runs and 2 RBIs, and Justin McCullough adds 2 RBIs himself. While this kind of run support is always great, it didn't hurt Elko having Dalton Erb on the mound. He pitches 6 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts and 5 hits, improving his record to 6-3 on the season.
I just pitch the strikes and let him hit ground balls to the team, and then on 0-2 just focus on my pitches and just try to get it in, get a strikeout every once in a while.
Dylan did well for us today. He's doing well, making adjustments during the game when he needs to, and he kept the ball low through strikes, and our defense did our job for the most part today.
Usually I don't get that much run support, but they came out and got it good and gave me the insurance and just backup I needed to pitch.
With everything coming together for the Warriors to start off the series, they're hoping this momentum will carry into the postseason.
We played well, pitching did well, offense did well, everything kind of came together first game here.
We're going to give it all we got. It's going to be a dogfight.
With this win, the Warriors are back over 500 in conference. Now, even though Elko made things look easy today, things could go either way for the rest of the series. Elko and Harbor are crosstown rivals, and both teams are looking to finish their seasons off strong. For now, though, the Warriors are very lighthearted. They even gave one of their coaches a birthday Gatorade bath after the game, but they are ready to work hard and make a big push for playoffs. From El Camino College, I'm Jenny Phillips for the Sports Desk.
Thanks for that, Jenny. So the Warriors open it up with what they need, a W and 2 more games to go. Game 2, Warriors get another win, a 19-17 slugfest in which the Seahawks scored 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Not quite enough to take the win from Elko, but certainly enough to give a little scare and steal some momentum heading into the grand finale of them all. For that, and a look at what would be next for the Warriors, our Vi Salas has that story.
After scoring a combined 36 runs the day before and playing well beyond 4 hours, there were no signs of exhaustion as El Camino and Harbor took the field in their series and season finale. In fact, it seems as though the two teams started this game as if the last one had never ended. Through 6 innings, the score was knotted at 8, and then a funny thing happened. The bats went silent. Until the bottom of the 9th, the Warriors got 2 men on with no outs, an infield fly and 2 strikeouts later, and Elko and Harbor took the game to extras. In the 11th, the Seahawks laid the final blow, 3 runs that could not be matched, ending the Warriors' season.
I thought we did a great job of battling. We got in situations there late in the game when we had the opportunity to execute and win, and we just didn't do it. And credit to them, they got the key hit when they needed it, and they ended up beating us.
El Camino will look at this game and shudder at missed opportunities. The pickoff play that did not result in an out led to Harbor's first run of the game, the close play at home nullifying a run for Elko, or the botched pickle that led to the equalizing run, sending the game to extra innings.
When the game's on the line, they try. And so you can't fault their effort. Just sometimes we let the emotions get the best of us. And so I never doubt, if we're down 4 or 5 runs, I never doubt they're going to try. And they did, work themselves all the way back to the game, and a couple times we had the opportunity, we just didn't get it done. I think in the situations where we didn't execute, I let them know I was sorry, because it's my job to prepare them for those moments, and at that time, I didn't do my job.
Wherever the fault may lie, Elko's season-ending defeat proved to be a microcosm of the Warriors' season.
It's been up and down, where we get streaks where we look like we figured everything out, and then there'd be some rough patches, moments where you wondered if we practiced before on a couple things.
Bad breaks and bad hops helped culminate a season that did not live up to expectations for the Warriors, but as head coach Nate Fernley told me, this team expects to reload, not rebuild. For the Sports Desk, I'm Vi Salas.
Anybody else here notice how Vi's neckwear is starting to get slimmer and slimmer? I think I'm wearing off on him. So, coming up after the break, we'll knock out some more updates and scores from around the South Bay. Plus, you get a unique look at 2 teammates on one team who grew up in completely different worlds, but were brought together by a shared passion for the game. Check it out when we get back.
As a first-time Olympian, it was a true honor for me to represent Team USA in London. I'm also proud to represent another great team, the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, who sponsors Swim for MS, a national fundraiser where you can create your own swim challenge. Anything from swimming laps for pledges to jumping cannonballs for cash. If you love swimming like I do, register today at swimforms.org.
Do you know of a good internet filter I can use to protect my kids when they're online?
I'm calling because my son's music is and angry, and I'm just concerned.
Could you pray with me? My sister, she has to get her appendix taken out, and I'm really worried.
So what do you think? When should I start talking to my kids about sex?
Stand strong. No matter what you're going through, there is hope at the end of the line.
Focus on the family. How can we help?
Every day, thousands of people suffer from sudden cardiac arrest. Would you know how to help? Or would they be all alone? Learn what to do at heartrescuenow.com.
Hey there, Torrance. Welcome back to the Sports Desk. We just gave you a look at how the El Camino Warriors wrapped up their baseball season. Now let's check out how some of the prep boys squads from around town are doing so far. And with that, we're going to start things off where we left off last week in the Pioneer League. Jammed up. The top of the standings had 3 teams holding on to first place. El Segundo, South, and North High, all without having played each other yet. The first matchup between the 3, a 2-game series between the rival Saxons and the Spartans. Matt McGowan, the man on the mound for the Spartans, entered the series undefeated on the season, sporting a 7-0 record. His counterpart, the Saxons' Jacob Peck, with a similarly impressive 5-2 mark and apparently a mission to not be outdone. The Spartans ace able to hold the Saxons at bay with just 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 earned runs, but Peck did him one better. He allows 6 hits and just 1 run while delivering the 2-run double that would be all the offense he needed in support of a winning effort. And that sets up North with a chance to sweep their rivals, and thanks to Wan Hernandez coming up big in the late innings of the second game, the Saxons pull that off. With the Spartans clinging to a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 7th and a chance to force the split, Hernandez dropped a 2-run game-winning bomb to improve the Saxons' Pioneer League record to 5-1, and more importantly, give them a 2-game cushion over their rival in the standings. But of course, with the sweep and the head-to-head tiebreaker, North pretty much has a full 3-game lead above the Spartans now. At West High, the Warriors gave us some worries early on in Bay League play, but they managed to put together a huge league win over Redondo to drop them into second place. This one's not even close, as Tommy Oslin goes 3 for 4 and drives in 3 runs. On the bump, West gets a complete game from Scott Butlin, his 6th of the year, striking out 4 in the shutout victory. And while we're on the subject of South Bay powers and on the diamond for the ladies in town, North and Torrance High both meeting up at Wilson Park to ramp things up early in their rivalry. It's the Tartars who get the best of North in another 2-1 game. Nicole Ayala goes 6 strong innings for Torrance and gives up just 3 hits all day long, holding the Tartars' undefeated Pioneer League record intact. North would bounce back against Lawndale to close out the week 12-5 on the bat of Vanessa Gonzalez, who had 2 hits and drove in 3 runs, keeping the Saxons within reach of their rivals at Torrance High. And that win for North, very key, because the Tartars don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. Torrance rips up South High in their week-ending Pioneer League match. And then they take a drive out to play Los Alamitos over the weekend for a double dip. That doubleheader a split for the Tartars before they get back to Pioneer League games this week against El Segundo and Centennial. Okay, you're all caught up on the baseball field and softball fields. Time to take a breather and jump over to another sport. And actually, shouldn't really matter what game we're talking about. It's no secret the sports we're all so passionate about, whether it's our first love throwing a ball or we've been a lifelong hoops fan from the start, sports have a transcendent power that can bring people together. That was never more obvious this year than cruising through the Bishop Gymnasium, where we got to see 2 young men who grew up half a world apart but played together like they had been teammates for life.
The Bishop Montgomery High School boys basketball team had a highly publicized season. Oftentimes you could catch scouts and TV crews in the gym trying to catch a glimpse of their historic run. Today we sat down with seniors O.G. Milkovich and Lamont Murray Jr. to talk about their season in their own words.
Even though we may not finish how we wanted to, it felt great.
Probably the best I ever had.
And why wouldn't it be? Each individual and team accomplishment forged a 32-2 record, which, by the way, is the most wins in program history. One of those achievements coming from Coach Doug Mitchell, who Lamont sees as more than just a coach.
Like, grained our bond, I think. So it felt really good. Seeing them get 500 wins, it just felt really good.
That wouldn't be the only bond Lamont would form, but we'll have to go back to the beginning for this one.
When he first came to practice, I was like, who is this kid right here? Like, he might be trying to take my spot or something. And so he had a game. I was like, oh, he's pretty good. But we ended up just playing together.
That kid being O.G. Milkovich, a 6'7" force from Serbia.
We used to fight a lot in the practice because we always played against each other, never like in the same team, always against. And then he's the kind of player that he play a great offense, and I need him to improve my defense, and I play better defense than him, so actually we need each other.
Not only did they better one another, they fought for one another. Both were ejected during a crucial time, the semifinal round of regionals.
We felt it was something that to do. We were protecting ourselves on the court, and we're family, so if you see somebody in your family getting hurt or maybe in a fight, you want to go help them. So it was something that was necessary for the moment. And so we knew we had a good enough team where they'll be able to play the next game without us.
Overcoming that was huge, but no bigger than the shadows that they both would grow out of.
My father, he played water polo, and I also, when I was 7, I started playing water polo, and I played for 2 years, and then I moved to basketball. And then once when I moved, and once when I feel that's it.
Having to make a choice, OG decided America was his best bet to pursue his love for the game.
After you turn 18, you can sign the contract and play professionally and start making money, or go to school and study and put all your effort in school. So only here I got the opportunity to play basketball and study at the same time.
Bishop Montgomery was the starting place that not only opened that door for OG, but exposed Lamont to more dimension.
Just how diverse the school is, it just opens you to all opportunities in life, and so it really prepares you for the world.
A world outside of basketball that has been a huge cornerstone in his life. With his father being an ex-NBA player, basketball was always visible for Lamont.
I started playing very young because my dad would tell me stories when I was a little baby. I could barely walk by the basketball in my hand, shooting on little toy hoops.
And though there was no pressure from his father, in 7th grade, Lamont decided to dedicate himself to basketball, and it paid off. He became a part of the 1,000-point club at Bishop this year, was named All-State, and he doesn't plan on stopping there.
All these years I've had and been taught to make as much money as I can with this sport that I love, so I'm trying to go as far as I can with it.
But first, he has to make his stop at Pepperdine, where he's still trying to figure out what he will major in.
Probably business, maybe a minor in programming.
OG, on the other hand, is having the opposite problem. He wants to be an FBI agent, but he still hasn't committed to a college or university. However, he is staying true to why he came here in the first place.
I don't want to go to like type of school that I'm going to play basketball 100% of my time. They don't care about my grades, about what I study and stuff, so I want to make sure that I do both.
OG and Lamont may be parting ways, but the tie that they have through Bishop Montgomery and The Rock will be something that won't soon be forgotten.
Thanks for that, Letitia. All right, everybody, coming up after the break, I keep saying it, summer's almost here. Brittany Johnson's back patrolling the town for a few things to keep yourself busy during the summer months, and let's be real, you're going to hit the beach either way, so we take a look at a unique group of fitness enthusiasts that are all about getting people beach ready 365 days a year. See you when we get back.
When international disaster strikes, only one type of donation can purchase clean water, get medical supplies, rebuild homes and businesses, and provide culturally appropriate foods. This one donation gives exactly what is needed for each unique disaster situation. Save lives, save time, donate cash.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the Sports Desk for one last segment with us this week. Now, if you remember, not too long ago, our Brittany Johnson took some time to stroll through town and hang with the crowd at Wilson Park each week so she could show you all the great activities the city of Torrance has to offer for anybody looking to fill a night off from work or weekends free of practices, homework, whatever it may be. Here, she gives us the lowdown once more.
Here at the Sports Desk, we have shown you a lot of different activities that Wilson Park has to offer. They have everything from youth basketball to adult softball. Summer is right around the corner, and if you want to get involved in some of the activities the city has to offer, you better start thinking. This summer, the class prices have been lowered for non-Torrance residents. Some of the programs that we have shown you have been the Adult Hockey League.
All the leagues are adult leagues. Unfortunately, we don't have a kids league right now, so everything is going to be 18 and over.
The Adult Basketball League.
There are some fantastic people that come and play in our leagues. They range from lower level skills to upper division, but we emphasize that this is a recreation league, and there's some good camaraderie and sportsmanship that goes around in these leagues.
The Adult League isn't the only place to see some good competition. There's also some litter ballers here at the gym as well. Who's your favorite player?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, that's my favorite player.
And Dwight Howard.
Okay, so you're a Laker fan. Yeah? You think they're going to win the championship this year?
Maybe.
Thanks for that, Brittany. You can all head over to the D. Hardison Sports Center at Wilson Park for any of those programs this summer. All summer leagues offered are running from May to August, so it'll be a busy one. Really busy, actually, because for the little ones, we're gearing up for the summer sports camp at Wilson Park. Anybody ages 7 to 14 is invited for some soccer, basketball, volleyball, you name it, they're playing it at Wilson Park this summer. Parents, sign your kids up online or call the registration office. Sign up start May 14th. Back into some scores and updates here. Last week we showed you some action from the South Bay Track and Field Championships over at West High, and it gave us a chance to see some Torrance athletes hit the podium against the South Bay's best. Well, the North Saxons follow up that performance they turned in and capture the boys' Pioneer League crown for the first time since 2007. The win over El Segundo at home stretched the Saxons' undefeated mark against the rest of the Pioneer League to 5-0 on the season. The South Spartans golf team with something to celebrate this week also. After topping Miracosta at Chester, Washington Golf Course, the Spartans avenged their only Bay League loss to Miracosta by 8 strokes to continue a recent Bay League trend we've seen the last few years. and 3 of the last 4 seasons, the Bay League Championship has been split between the Mustangs and the Spartans, so the 2 teams sharing another league title after this one. Earlier in the week, Costa and South tied at 190 apiece, using the 6th-man tiebreaker to give Costa the win and set up the eventual co-championship. Robin Kang turns in a 1 under par 33 to potentially settle another South versus Costa battle for Bay League Player of the Year, given to the golfer with the lowest season score. Kang had been racing against Costa's CJ Coleman for that individual title. Also on the links, the Torrance Tartars finished out their strong season with a 2nd place league standing. They topped Santa Monica at Los Verdes Golf Course by 6 strokes to lock up the season with a 7-3 league record. Junior Matthew Davis led the way for Torrance at the par 36 course at 3 over, while 3 of his teammates shot a 41. The lowest score overall on the day came from Santa Monica's Ryan Hicks, who shot a 37, so nobody able to break par, but the Tartars will gladly take that 2nd place finish on the year. Okay, and we've talked about it a lot lately, summer. We live in the beach cities, so it's not much of a stretch to assume most of you all live for the beach, right? If you're anything like me, you start counting down the days till summer before Easter even comes around. So imagine this. Walk the Strand where the avenues of Redondo Beach meet Torrance Beach. 100, 200 people smiling, high fives, working out in the sand, and cheering each other on the whole way. Some are there for support to lose weight, and some are weekend warriors prepping for their next 5K. Others are full-blown athletes training for their next football season, basketball season, anything. Fitness and health in one community. An outsider might think they're just watching a really big workout, but ask those who are on the beach every Sunday, and they'll tell you you're witnessing a movement.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to... Oh, yeah, how's everybody feeling this morning? Great. So, guys, what we're here to do, we are a team of healthy, active individuals looking to provide a place where anybody can come, enjoy a great workout, be around positive, fun people, get into the best shape of their lives with other people that are trying to do the same thing.
Meet the health coaches from Active Nutrition who have come together to create Fit Club, and you're bound to hear some amazing stories. But what do they do? And what the heck is a Fit Club?
It's an amazing beach workout full of 200 people who are out here getting healthy and active, and it does nothing but inspire you to push further on your goals, help you reach and motivate everything that you want out of your fitness goals and getting to where you want, instead of having to try and do it all on your own.
Many of the coaches that run this beach workout come from completely different backgrounds. They aren't all nutritionists, personal trainers, or dietitians. But with the focus on nutrition and the momentum they've created as a community, they've simply made fitness a powerful tool for changing lives.
I've always been an athlete my whole life, but I never understood nutrition. I never understood what I needed to do to look how I worked. And that's why I didn't get to continue playing baseball. I stood at 225 pounds and 28% body fat. And for someone that works out 5-6 days a week and spends that much time in their fitness area, that I wasn't happy with how I looked. My first 90 days, I lost 50 pounds of fat, which blew my mind for what I could do for myself. And that really drove my passion to start helping others. Flex that core. Good work. Clap it up for yourselves. Good job.
All right, so the workout's just about to wrap up. Great, but this is more than just a workout, and the best part of the day is coming up. You see, typically our mindset about fitness tends to draw towards the quick fixes without looking inside ourselves to see what kind of change we want to make. And this is where the crew at Active Nutrition becomes something so special, because here they teach everybody that fitness isn't about how you look on the outside, it's about who you become on the inside on your way there. After it's all wrapped up on the beach, it's party time. A little education and a little more motivation, 20% fitness, 80% nutrition, 100% mindset.
It's taking a lot of different elements that are really all necessary, the education piece, the nutrition piece, the coaching and support, the community, the positivity, and putting it all together in one package that I think you're right, you don't really get anywhere else. They can be in the best shape of their life, or they can be really just trying to get their health together, and that no matter what, when they come back here, they're going to have anywhere from 20 to 300 people high-fiving them.
It's not just about the workout, like that's the 20% of what we do as health coaches to help people get healthier, but the other 80%, a huge piece of that is really teaching them the nutrition. It's really about teaching people that they can get the health results they want, and you know, we as a community are here to support them to do that. As a trainer, like I tell my clients to come to Fit Club, I'm like, come, it's free, like I don't even care, but I want them to be part of the community because I know that they're going to get better results
they're going to be around people that are going to support them, and they fall in love with the group.
Yes, you caught it right. The workouts from the team at Active Nutrition are in fact free, and this group is certainly one of those the more the merrier crowds, so drop in, tell somebody you saw them on the sports desk, and get ready for a high five or two. Okay, so what are you up to helping people out in the South Bay with this year? We send the message out every week so you can keep us filled in on what's going on around town. We get invites to charity tournaments and fundraising events, workouts like the one you just saw. They all go on the calendar here, and I'll tell you, from the emails I get, it will be a busy summer on the sports desk. Keep them coming, folks, so we can share stories like this with the rest of the South Bay community. All right, everybody, that wraps up another week in town for sports action right here on the sports desk. We'll see you next week.